Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Reynaissance Kiki, and welcome to day 6 of this journey on positivity and productivity. Today, we are tackling something that many people struggle with on the daily, and that is overthinking. So, let me ask you, have you ever stayed awake in the night, replaying a conversation in your mind and wondering if you said something wrong? Do you ever find that you are stuck in a loop and you've been analyzing every possible outcome before making a decision? Have you ever second guessed yourself so much that you end up not taking any action at all? If you answered yes to any of these, you're really not alone. Overthinking is one of the biggest mental traps that holds all of us back, and it creates stress, indecision, and unnecessary worry. So today, I'm here to tell you how we can solve that together. Right. Today, I'll show you why overthinking happens, how it sabotages your clarity and your confidence, and practical steps to break free and make decisions with ease. By the end of this episode, you will have a clear strategy to stop overthinking and start moving forward with confidence. So, why do we overthink? Have you ever thought about it? Why do you overthink? Why do you replay certain conversations in your mind in this loop? Overthinking happens when the mind gets stuck in a loop. It's trying to predict the future, it's trying to prevent failure, it's trying to avoid regrets. You're trying to make the best decision possible. But it's like because you are fearing that you make the wrong decision, you believe that there's one perfect choice, that if you think about everything well enough, you come to that one perfect choice. And we spend so much of our time weighing every possible outcome until we end up stuck and we don't choose anything. So, have you stood in front of a menu at a restaurant, taking forever to decide what to order, only to end up regretting your choice? Like, it wasn't even nice. This is an example of paralysis by analysis. You are spoiled with choice, right? So you don't know what to choose, and then you fear what others will think. You fear some criticism. You fear disappointing others. So you are sometimes you're not even thinking what we want. We are overthinking because we're thinking when this decision goes out, how will this party perceive it? How will my mom judge the issue? How will my dad think about what will my dad think about it? So we are worrying about judgment, criticism, disappointing others. So instead of trusting your own instinct, instead of going with the flow of your life, you're busy wondering, what will they think if I do this? You're supposed to speak up in a meeting and you hold back because you're thinking, oh, someone may think your idea is not even good enough, or someone, but immediately someone else says something similar. You regret that you stay silent, and now they become the hero of the show. Like, wow, they came up with an innovative idea. Sometimes we overthink because we have a fear of uncertainty. Our brain craves control. When we face an unknown situation, we mentally want to solve every possible outcome. We want to solve, okay, if this goes south, we'll do this. Plan A, plan B, plan C. Life is unpredictable, and there's no amount of overthinking that can guarantee any certainty. So overthinking is just a way of your brain telling you to prevent you from failure regrets. In reality, it's just holding you back. And there's a cost to this. It's so mentally exhausting. You spend a day and you're wondering, what did I do today? You were thinking, as you were sitting there, not producing anything, you were overthinking every decision, even down to the food you have for lunch. It leads to decision paralysis, and it kills opportunities. There are some opportunities that when they come, you have to jump at it. It's not every opportunity that will give you a week to think about it, a week to pray on it. And sometimes, it's hard to say this, but sometimes when we are suffering from overthinking, we don't see it because we feel we are doing the right thing. We are taking it slow. We are taking it to God in prayer, but truly we are not even releasing it to God in prayer or asking God to show us the way. What we are doing is rather running it and over-processing it in the name of prayer. And Christians fall prey to this all the time. Your life will reward your actions. As I'm doing this video, you probably know this message, or you probably know this nugget of wisdom. It's resonating with you. So why haven't you done your video to tell others about it? It's the action that I'm taking. It's the action that the other person has taken to build a school, to start a business, that is going to bring the reward that they need in their life. It's not thinking about it. So many of us have thought about it. We all carry the Spirit of Christ. So everything that is good and pleasant for life and for righteousness is within us all. But beyond the thinking, beyond the planning, beyond the knowing that this may be a good venture, another person tried it and they will reap the reward of it. Imagine two people want to start a business. One person spends years researching, planning, what could go wrong. This is what they can get in trouble with the GRA. The other person starts small, learns from their mistakes, adapts the business as they go along. Who do you think will succeed? It steals your peace of mind. A lot of our overthinking, it just causes stress and anxiety. Things that have not even yet happened. We are supposed to stress. If you get a phone call now that there's someone sick in the hospital, your body will stress. Your body will wonder, what am I going to do about this? How am I going to get the money to take care of them? How are we going to cope without having this person by our side in this time? Those are the only things you're allowed to stress about, those that have actually happened. But what overthinking does is it puts you in the constant state of thinking about a possibility that hasn't yet happened and worrying as if it has. So yours is a life of sadness. Yours is a life of worry. It doesn't solve any problem. It rather creates it. The scenario I said, if someone is in the hospital and you've been informed, that is a problem. But if you are sitting thinking, oh, what will I do if someone is sick and goes to the hospital? You are just creating a problem. And your body doesn't know the difference between what is actually there. It's the thoughts and the feelings that you are ascribing to these things. Your body is going through the same feeling because that's what you're putting it through. As if the problem existed. Meanwhile, it's not existent. So how do we stop overthinking? How do we find clarity? You need to set a decision time limit. Yes, like any other task or activity. If you want to think about something, give yourself time. I'll decide by 5 p.m. today and we move forward. You run all the scenarios in your head, make a decision, and move on with it anyway. It forces your brain to stop looping and you take action. Now, there's also the 80-20 rule of decision making. And instead of trying to be 100% perfect all the time, aim for an 80% good decision and move on. Right? So Jeff Bezos, who we mentioned in a previous episode, he follows the 70% rule. He says once he has 70% of the information, he makes a decision. He doesn't wait till he has 100% certainty, because you may lose an opportunity if you wait that long. So get out of your head, take action. Overthinking is not helping you find clarity. Clarity will come from action. If you take the step and something happens, you will know better. In petroleum engineering, we have some wells that we call appraisal wells. Until you drill that appraisal well, you wouldn't know. You can do all the geological extrapolation. You wouldn't know until you drill. So instead of overthinking what you should do, take a small step, see what happens, take another step, see what happens, and go with the flow. If you've been overthinking, whether to start a new habit, like I've started this channel not so ever so recently, and I started exercising consistently this year. Instead of debating it, just go. If it's so tedious or whatever, you can adjust the frequency. Instead of thinking that, oh, how is it going to affect my life? How would you know if you don't try? How would you know if you don't try? So challenge your what if thoughts. Ask yourself, is this worry based on facts or just fear? We have been given the Spirit of God, not a spirit of fear. Step out in faith. When you take action, you activate faith more than anything else. Overthinking and putting it under the guise of I'm praying about it is not of God. If you believe that you are a child of God and you're stepping out in faith, you are supposed to do the great things that seem impossible unto other men. You are supposed to do it. Who else will do it? 90% of the things you are worrying about, it will never happen. It will never happen. Because you heard a story once. Out of the 8 billion people who are currently on earth, you heard a story once about something. You're letting that fear. You saw a movie, an object of fiction from someone's imagination. Because of that, you have formed a habit of overthinking everything. What if this goes wrong? What if this goes wrong? So what if it goes right? Shift to what if this goes right? Practice the 5-second rule. Mel Robbins has a 5-second rule, and it's a powerful tool to help you stop overthinking. When you feel yourself hesitating, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you take action immediately. What it does is it interrupts the overthinking loop and forces you to move forward. So, the important takeaway from today's message is action that leads to clarity, not more thinking. Okay, so what's that one decision that you've been overthinking? Something simple, right? Change, move. What small steps can you take today to move forward instead of overthinking? Make a decision, take action today. Overthinking will steal your time, your energy, and most importantly, your confidence. Don't stay trapped in it. Don't stay trapped. I challenge you today. Set a decision deadline, take action, count down from 5, trust yourself. You can do this. Until next time, it's bye from Reynaissance Kiki.